Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Sylvia. If you're looking for hair tips and tricks, you're in the right place. So you can tell by the title, today we are going to be talking about 3 major hair color issues and the formulas to correct them. These 3 main hair points that we're going to be talking about today are hair issues that I either get constantly asked either at the salon or here on YouTube. And I definitely think that most hairdressers would agree with me that these are the biggest hair color concerns. All right, so the first color is when you've either gotten highlights or balayage, it's kind of growing out and it's not really that bright buttery blonde. And in order to achieve a more bright result, normally I hear things like, oh, I've tried this amazing purple shampoo and it didn't do anything. And I can't stress enough the fact that a toner will never make your hair lighter. And if you want to go from this to this brighter color, you actually need to lighten your hair. You're actually very close to your desired blonde level. So all you would have to do is lightener with maybe 10 volume. So just keep in mind that if your hair is not light enough, most likely the only thing that's going to fix it is actual lightener, because that's what lifts the hair. So my formula for hair issue number 1 would be equal parts of your favorite bleach with 10 volume. And now moving on to hair issue number 2. And that is when you have either brassy to orangey color at the roots. This is when the rest of your hair actually looks great and there's really just kind of a bit of warmth, just mainly at the roots. So what we end up seeing a lot at salons is actually the overuse of either a purple shampoo or a toner. And what ends up happening is the rest of the hair that is actually light enough absorbs all of that pigment from the purple shampoo or the toner, and the roots are still warm. Because purple shampoo and toners typically only work on hair that's a level 9 or lighter. And so you're essentially only toning the parts of the hair that you don't want to tone. So basically the part that was already fine to begin with, you're changing, and then the part you're not happy with, nothing's happening to it. And this is where I would suggest getting the help of a professional and really toning out those root areas only. So my formula for hair issue number 2 would be a 1/2 ounce of 7N Shade ZQ, 1/2 ounce of 6N Shade ZQ, mixed with 1 ounce of Redken's processing solution and applied with a brush. And just going in section by section and painting only just until you hit that blonde hair. Let process for about 15 to 20 minutes, shampoo, and you are done. All right, so for hair issue number 3, this is where your hair color isn't where you want it to be, but you definitely don't want to go lighter or darker. We're not all color experts, but we can see when it's not right against our skin. So I'm gonna actually give 2 examples for this one for whether you're brunette or blonde. So say for the brunette side, this is kind of the color you're starting off with. You don't necessarily want to go lighter, you don't want highlights, you definitely don't want to go, 2 shades darker, but you want to perfect this color. Or same goes for the blonde, where you don't want to add highlights, you don't want to go any lighter, but the tone feels a little bit off. Obviously, there's 2 directions you can go for either of these, is obviously going to the cooler side or to the more warm golden side. But if you're ever unsure, sticking to a neutral is always going to be more flattering. And technically, if your hair has a ton of warmth and you neutralize it more, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be any warmth left. It's just going to neutralize it. And normally by doing that to hair that already has a lot of warmth in it is actually going to be beautiful. So these are the cases where either a toning shampoo or a toner will work, as opposed to issue number 1, which we talked about earlier. So if we're talking shampoos first, for the blonde side, I would suggest going in with Fenola's No More Yellow shampoo. It's this beautiful violet pigmented shampoo. I have never tried a purple shampoo that gets that amazing of a result without dulling the hair. I would definitely start with that. One shampoo alone, you will notice a huge difference. The hair will have better balanced tones. If that ends up not being enough, my formula for the blonde scenario would be a 1/2 ounce of 09P Shade ZQ, 1/2 ounce of 09N Shades EQ mixed with 1 ounce of processing solution by Redken, applying all over the hair and letting process again for another 15 to 20 minutes, and you are all done. And for the brunette scenario, I would go in with a level 6N Shades EQ with 1 ounce of processing solution, applying that all over the hair, again letting it process for about 15 to 20 minutes. And both are cured. All right, guys, and those are the 3 main hair color issues that I get most asked about. So hopefully this clarifies a lot. I know all the formulas that I gave today are professional formulas, so whether you have a better understanding of what you can tell your hairdresser or whether you are going to try and do this yourself. Hopefully this demystifies a lot of questions that I know can be quite confusing sometimes. If you still have any questions, please leave them down below. Also, in my last video, I announced that we have started our 2nd channel, Ellebangs TV, and that is where you will get to see more behind the scenes, a little bit more personal things, not just hair tips. So if you're interested in seeing more of that and being able to connect with me a little bit more, I will leave a link for the 2nd channel in the description box as well. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Happy toning, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.